Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do, we are going to do a brief demonstration showing how to utilize this tool. It will be a little bit different for you if you're on a Mac, and some of the functionality will get incorporated when I send the final process over to you. So let's go ahead and start first. As you can see, each one of these items are labeled Stack Export 1, Easy Export 2.A, 2.B, Easy Export 3, and Stack Import 4. So brief explanation, Stack Export 1 is going to be your export from Stack Commerce. So as you can see here, we've got Stack Commerce. So you're going to export your CSVs. So I'm going to do one that's already been done. So let's do the 6th. Or here, I'll do this one. I'll do the 28th. So you're going to click Open Orders. This is going to open those orders for you. And maybe we should do one that has a little bit more data in it. Let's try that. Here, yeah, we'll do this one. The 6th. Well, we'll just go with that and we'll see what it does. Okay. So what you do is you're just going to copy that one line and then bring up the tool here, and then you're going to right click, paste as values, and that's going to populate all the requested fields or desired fields, as you see here. Now what that also is going to do is that's going to auto-populate or auto-format the Easy Import 2.A sheet. So as you can see, it following the CSV that you provided from EasyPost, this pre-fills those items. You'd also specify that this is true and this is always standard, so those will now show up. And yeah, so now there's the reason there is an Easy Import 2A and 2B is 2A is all the formulas that are doing the formatting and getting everything together. Now 2B, if you're on a Windows PC, you can click Copy to Manual Table, and that'll copy everything over to here. If you're not, simply copy however many rows it is that has data, come over here, and then paste as values. And then you'll get the same data, paste it as values, and that'll be good. And then you can modify it however you want. For instance, if this first item here were a combo, which it's not, but if it were, then what you would do is you would simply copy this, you would paste it again as a value, and then you would just get the respective barcode for that combo. So, I mean, this is space gray, but if it were like a black and a silver, then you understand that. So, and then you would put that here with units, and then so on and so forth. If there was another item here, like a different person, then you would simply right-click, insert a new line, and then put that person there below it. But you don't need to do that. So now what we have is you have your formatted EasyPost import CSV. So what you could do is you could go here, you can make a copy, create a copy, do a new book, you can hit OK. And then now what you have is you have just this one sheet. And you would just delete this. So delete. And then you could do File, Save As, this PC. And then you would just select CSV. And then give it whatever name you would need to give it. And then hit cancel, because we don't need to save that. And then that is what you are going to import. That is what you're going to import into Stack, or into EasyPost. Okay, and then so once you're ready to export from EasyPost, go down to Orders, and then we're going to make sure that we want to do the correct time frame. So we did December 6th. So let's do December 6th. Okay, request CSV. Download. Okay, you're gonna get it in a zip file. So now if you open it directly, what's gonna happen, as you've seen, is your tracking numbers are gonna come like this. Now if you try to change those to scientific, they're still gonna cause an issue. So if you're on a Mac, you can simply just import it as text and that'll be good. Okay, so what you're going to want to do then is we are going to do, on Windows, you can do data, text from CSV, and then what we can do is we can find that item. So actually, let's just go ahead and put it on our desktop. That's fine. Data from text CSV, desktop, and we're going to do easy post. Okay, it's going to look like this. On a Mac, you're going to get a few different options. I do not have a Mac to show you, but you're going to want to make sure that you select comma as your delimiter. And that's going to separate those values into actual columns. And then you're going to want to make sure that you do it as text. On Windows, it does a pretty well job of auto formatting, as well as you can see the full numbers are coming through for the tracking code. So we'll just hit load. Make sure you do that in a blank sheet too, not directly into the easy export. That way, if you need to manipulate it or do something with it, you can and you won't have any issues. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this data, copy, and then we're just going to paste it as values in here. There we go. Okay, so now you can see that the exported data that we got is right here. And then if we go to our tracking codes, you can see that those are filled in correctly. And if you go to stack import, you'll see the stack import, because we need to re-import this back into stack commerce with the appropriate tracking ID. You can see that all this information has already been pre-created. So the only thing that's not here currently is the carrier and then the tracking number. Now the reason the tracking number isn't showing up is because the exported data that we got from Easy Import does not have a match for this person, which in this case we're looking for Mark Looper, and in this case we do not have a Mark Looper here in this export. So what that may mean is that we need to go back to Easy Post, and then what we can do is we can do, say, November 27th to December 26th, and then we can do request CSV, so we can get a broader range, since it's likely that that's the same day the order came in, so we're not going to have a tracking number for that. It likely take a few business days. So we're going to request for this. Give it just a second to populate. Okay, there it is. So let's download. It's going to be in a zip file again, so make sure you put it somewhere. And this is going to be, okay, that should be fine. Okay, open this back up. And then we can close this one. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. So let's just delete what's already here and do from text CSV. Okay, there you go. So you can see we have a lot more data now. So we're going to do load. Great. And then we're going to go to our easy export, and we are going to paste as values. and see if that found Mark Looper, which it did not. So this would be a sign potentially that you're missing data for this person, or you may need to do something extra to acquire that data. And if we're looking here, I'm not seeing a Mark Looper. So that's the one thing that you would want to do, is you'd want to test against that. Now it is an automated field, so what you don't want to do is overwrite the formulas that are here. As you can see, there's a formula here that's getting that information. So what you can do is when you're ready to import this to Stack Import, you can do the same thing that we did before with the Easy Post import, and that is we can move or copy, create a copy to a new book, hit OK. It's just going to create this sheet. Then what you can do is you can copy the entire sheet and then paste it as a value. So you no longer have formulas. And then if you have to find this tracking number manually, or if it's just in a different date range, then you can put that tracking number in here manually, and then make sure that you delete the header. And then now you have a CSV ready file to import back to Stack Commerce. Thank you very much.